Local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Janice Peterson is the executive director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. Joins us in studio. Good morning, Janice.
Good morning, Seth.
And happy holidays to you.
Thanks. Same to you.
Yeah, for sure. As we embark on the holiday season, of course, Clinton got it off to a great start. We had the Festival of Trees right after Thanksgiving, and then your Christmas parade. How about the Christmas parade, Janice?
In my opinion, it was fabulous. We had almost 60 entries, and a lot of people lined the streets, and just heard some really good positive comments on it.
So what were some of the final numbers? How many floats did you get? What were some of those things?
I don't know the breakdown of exactly how many floats versus walkers. I would say probably an even mix, though. There was quite a few floats, and they just all do such a fabulous job. The winner of the float this year, which we do have awards, but they're bragging rights, basically.
Okay.
There's no actual award that goes with it, but the volunteers that line up the parade vote for their favorite float, their favorite walkers, their favorite vehicle, whatever.
Yeah.
And this year, Clinton United Methodist Church won the float.
Oh, wow.
They
cool.
really embraced our Parade of Trees theme and had tons of trees on their float.
Oh,
it was
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Ace Hardware won the vehicle. He had a really nice display with trees and stuff in the back of the truck. The walkers were the St. Bernard Rescue.
Oh,
And,
out of
my goodness,
Williamsville?
I'm not sure where they're from. I think that is Williamsville.
Yeah.
And they are amazing.
Oh,
Those
wow.
dogs are beautiful.
Yeah.
So and that's the second year in a row that I know of that they've gotten the best walkers.
It's funny you say that. I've been checking out their website lately, wanting a second dog. So
they are absolutely beautiful.
I probably shouldn't admit that to my wife. With all that dog hair.
I won't tell her.
Yeah, with all that dog hair around, she would kill me. But anyway, I have been checking that one out. That's cool that they do that. So,
yes.
And that shows kind of the reach that your parade has. And it's not just limited to Clinton, DeWitt County people. Anybody can come and be a part of it.
Right, they can. We did reach out to a couple different places this year, and they were not able to join us. So they said, "Hey, call us next year and let us know, and we'll do it a little bit more in advance." Because I thought I was like short entry, so I was making some calls to see if I could get more people, and so we might have more next year. You never know.
Very good. Now I know Matt Keppel was the MC for the event. How did that go?
You know what? I was not up there with him. I was back farther because I was lining up the parade.
Sure.
When you're short volunteers, you do what you have to do. As far as I know, it went great.
Good.
We did have a volunteer up there with him, and we did have a little bit of speaker issue, which we've had in the past, getting everything to project a little bit louder. So that's one of our goals, to get that fixed by next year.
Okay, sure. Very good. So Christmas parade went well then.
I think it did, yes.
Excellent. And I know we moved it to that, like I said, that weekend after Thanksgiving, and sounds like things went really well with that.
I think so. We're looking at December 7th for next year.
All right. Very good. So put that on the calendar and look forward to it. So anything else on Christmas parade? Did we miss anything in there? I know we should mention the Grand Marshal was
that's true.
Marion Brizard.
Right. Marion had she retired at the end of 22 after 22 years at the Chamber, and the Board of Directors honored her with the Grand Marshal position this year.
Very good. So congratulations.
So it was fun watching her. She had all her family with her.
Yeah.
They were all in the back of a truck, and it was fun to watch all the family.
I'm sure that was exciting for her to just be a part of it rather than coordinate and organize it and all those things.
Well, she probably got to see more of it than she really would have otherwrise. So
yeah, totally. Very good. Very good. Well,
and I need to mention our sponsors too.
Yes.
If I don't, I need to do that. Bryce Starkey from Edward Jones sponsored Santa's House this year. Dairy Queen sponsored Santa. GFL sponsored Santa's Float. Peterson Insurance was just a general parade sponsor to help us out. And then Pavlov Media out of Champaign was our candy cane sponsor.
Very good. Very good. So thank you to those folks for making the parade possible
we appreciate
as well.
them.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. Well, again, Janice Peterson, Executive Director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce, is in studio with us here for this morning. And, you mentioned, Janice, that Marion left the position, or retired, I should say, at the end of 22, which means you've been in the chair for roughly a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah, give or take. How about your first year at the chamber?
You know what? It was a huge learning curve. She was a huge shoes to follow, which I've mentioned several times.
Yeah.
But I think that we've got a year under our belts, and we're both, Aaron and I both are looking forward to 2024.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
some ideas planned, some different things that we're going to try to work out, and just make all of our events bigger and better.
Yeah, you talked about that learning curve. I'm curious, what things did Marion do that maybe, whether it was events that went down or events that the chamber hosted, or the things that the chamber did in the community, what were things Marion did that perhaps the community didn't notice, but it was so integral and made a big impact in how things went? How about that?
You know what? I think almost everything that Marion and the chamber did, because a lot of people don't realize that the chamber's behind May Days, the May Days Festival, and that it's the two people in the chamber that plan that whole May Days Festival, from the entertainment to the rides to the food to everything. So I think that people personally knew what she did, but I just think that sometimes the chamber runs under everybody's radar. They don't realize, what we're actually responsible for.
Yeah.
Several people didn't know that we owned the haunted house. They're like, "You own the haunted house?" I'm like, "Yeah, the
Really?
chamber does."
Oh, wow.
So
I thought that was common knowledge, I guess.
I did too.
Wow.
I did too. But there was a lot of people that didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. Well, and so your first time through a lot of these things, did you get to do? I feel like you mentioned you started with the haunted house, so
I
this is
did.
probably your second time through with the Christmas parade. Then,
Yes.
But okay, so your first time through a lot of these other things, like the annual meeting, the business expo. Golf outing, there's probably many more things you do that I'm not even thinking about. What was that like for you?
You
Kind
know
of
what?
reflect on that.
It's funny because I don't panic until like the day of, and I'm okay planning, I'm good, and then the day of, it's like, oh my gosh, is everything right?
Yeah.
And
I think that's any planner.
right, and
Yeah.
you just need to put that confidence and say, you know what, you did a good job. Whether if you miss something, you miss something. But that's kind of the planning of it was fun. In fact, right now I've already started planning the annual dinner for next year. I've reached out to get some bids for food and availability on dates and everything. So it's never ending. But and so we'll start the business expo as soon as first of the year. We'll start working on the business expo.
Yeah.
So it's comfortable now. I guess that's what it is. There'll be challenges, but
With
I'm
that,
comfortable.
thinking about that comfortability factor going forward, how much more do you think not that you didn't enjoy the first year, but how much more do you think you'll enjoy the job going forward?
Oh, I definitely will, because you have everything under those one-time events are under your pocket, and you know what you're doing. And not that I didn't know what I was doing, because I had a great helper in Marion. If I had questions, she answered them.
That's great.
But moving forward, I think the confidence is there, and the knowledge is there. So
What did you like about the first year?
what I like, I like people. So I liked interacting with the chamber members and the different people at the different events. I loved talking to the people at the expo. May Days was a blast. It was a lot of fun. So just everything's good.
Yeah, I know you mentioned you've got some ideas, and I don't know if you're ready to share those or not, but, what are you looking forward to about the year ahead, and then just your future at the chamber? What excites you about this position?
Just bringing more to the community, more to our businesses. We are working on some new benefits for our chamber members, and those will be out hopefully in January. I want to give back to them. They're they're who we are. We represent the businesses, and we want to help support them as much as we can.
Sure.
So that's what my goal is, to just keep doing that and just get better and better and better.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, Janice, as you think back on the first year of 2023, anything come to mind we haven't touched on you want to put out there for us?
Not really.
What's an underrated part about the chamber you think folks don't realize they do, or they make happen in the community? Anything that kind of goes unnoticed but you feel is important people know?
Oh, that's a good question. Put me on the spot.
I know, I really did. I apologize for
no,
that.
That's okay. I'm just trying to think. There's so many things. I just think the support that we do give the chamber members, and I think some of the business community that are not chamber members maybe don't realize what what is there and the importance of being a member and what we can do for them.
Sure. Very good. Well, Janice, again, anything on, first year, looking ahead, I didn't touch on, you want to mention anything like that?
We're good.
Yeah, very
We're
good. Well, how do folks learn more about all things Clinton Chamber of Commerce?
ClintonILChamber.com is our website. Any questions, give us a call at 217-935-3364.
And an active Facebook page
Yep.
too, correct?
Facebook, Clinton, it's Clinton Chamber, I believe it is.
Okay.
It changes at the top every once in a while, and you have to figure out what exactly it is. But just Google Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce. You'll find us.
Very good. Well, Janice, let's take a break here. Come back with some more. Janice Peterson is the Executive Director of the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce, our guest in studio. More with her coming up on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Friday. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network. Corn starting the day slightly higher, beans higher, and wheat beginning this Friday steady. March corn 4.89 3/4, up 1 3/4. May corn up 1 1/4, $5 3/4. July corn 5.09 1/4, up 1 1/4. January beans on this Friday 13.24 3/4, up 13. March beans up 12 1/4. 13.42 1/2. May beans 13.55 3/4, up 11 1/2. December wheat unchanged 6.26. March wheat 6.43, up 3/4, and May wheat 6.48 3/4, down 3/4. January bean meal on this Friday starting at 413.30, up 6.50. January bean oil 51.12, down a penny. Opening numbers on this Friday morning. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
At Baum Chevrolet Buick, above and beyond is standard practice. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City. When you shop for a vehicle, there's nothing standard about it. You simply don't do it every day. That's why our sales staff will ask questions, listen, and help you find the transportation solution that checks all the right boxes. Come see our selection and start your search for a new Chevrolet or Buick today. BaumChevyBuick.com. Right from the start.
Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. CEO Paul Scarron reminding you our walk-in clinic inside our family medicine building will treat your flu symptoms without an appointment. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
For the latest in Central Illinois agricultural news, visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Get updated information on markets, weather, ag news, local interviews with NAFB farm broadcaster Jared White, and much, much more. All at IllinoisFarmRadio.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest in studio today, Janice Peterson, is the Executive Director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. And so, Janice, we talk about your first year through of, kind of planning all these events. And, this is the time of year where we start to look ahead to what will kind of be the busy season. It starts with annual meeting, then the business expo, then May Days, then golf outing, and it's just one thing right after another, all the way up to the haunted house. So how about planning? Have you started?
Then you have Christmas parade after the haunted house, so it doesn't stop.
It does not stop for you all at all. So annual meeting, have you started thinking about that?
I have started that. I reached out to a venue to get a bid on food and dates. So I'll know that hopefully real soon, so we can get that finalized. Business Expo is March 28th. Tentatively, nothing is set in stone yet, but that's typically the week that we do it because the kids are on spring break. So tentatively March 28th. May Days 16th through the 19th, I believe, of May. And then the golf outing tentatively June 21st.
So when is May Days usually, you said?
I believe we have it 16th through 19th of May.
Yeah, that
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, the third week.
Yep.
Yeah, good job.
Yep.
Nailed it. Yeah, 16th through
We
the
just
19th.
did it yesterday. We were just working on it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go.
We
Fair
were just
enough.
going through our calendar to make sure we were planning everything.
So when do you anticipate having kind of all the details for at least the annual meeting finalized?
Hopefully by first of the year at
Okay.
the latest. We got a couple weeks here this month. If we can get it done,
Yeah.
we'll get it done.
Sure. Now, the annual meeting, for folks that may be new to the idea of a chamber annual meeting, what's it all about? What do you do there?
Basically, we invite all of our chamber members as well as the general public. Anybody who wants to come to our annual dinner is more than welcome to. Tickets will be available at the chamber office when we get everything finalized. And it's a meal and entertainment. We discuss. We let the chamber members know what happened the year before. You know, where their dollars were spent. You know, what the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we've had last
Hopefully
year,
there's more good than ugly.
It is good. It is good. You know, we're out of COVID. We're out of that stuff that really put dampers on everything.
Right.
So we just have an annual meeting, and it's just a lot of good fellowship, a lot of fun. Last year was our magician.
Yeah, right.
We've got a couple thoughts for this year, but I don't have them again set in stone because I don't have a date. So
Okay, sure. Well, we'll look forward to that maybe next time we visit.
yes, definitely. I'll have a date, and we should get going on that one.
Yeah. Now, do you have to be a chamber member to attend?
No, you do not. You do not. We will announce it on our Facebook page. We will have it on our website. The cost is slightly more if you're not a chamber member,
Right.
but everyone is welcome.
Sure. Very good. Very good. So annual meeting comes up generally towards the end of January, right?
We're looking at dates in February right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But early in February.
Yeah, so February perhaps for this year. And then we mentioned that gets us to the end of March when we do the Business Expo.
Right.
Thoughts on this year's Business Expo?
We're looking forward to it. We had a couple comments last year that was a little bit too long, so we're going to shorten it by I think a half an hour is what we decided this year. Because most people are gone by 6:30.
Okay.
So that gets them kind of in and out.
What time would it?
It starts at 4.
Okay.
It was 4 to 7.
Okay.
And,
okay.
And by 6:30, it is pretty quiet. So, and that was a lot of the comments that we heard. Can you shorten it? So we're pondering that, and I think we probably will, just to see how it works.
Sure.
So, but that's always a good turnout. It's great networking for the businesses, and the public loves to come see who's around. Some of them, if they don't know, they might meet a new business that they don't know is in town or in the area, and so it's good.
And that speaks to the reason to participate in the Business Expo.
Right, exactly. We reach out to all of our chamber members, and again, if you're not a chamber member, you still can participate in the Business Expo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's welcome with that
Yes.
one. When it comes to the Business Expo, I know you do surveying afterwards of all the vendors and the
Correct.
group. What did they tell you last year? You mentioned shortening it. Anything else you took away from their
We've had
feedback?
totally positive feedback last year. Everybody said it was great. I don't remember any complaints other than it was a little bit too long.
Right. Well, and when it comes to, I know, like that time between about 4:45 to almost 6:15, it is really, really busy in there.
It is.
You know, it's sometimes shoulder to shoulder in some of those aisles.
Yep, everybody's getting off work and they're coming to visit, which is that's what we want them to do.
No doubt.
So
No doubt.
we anticipate a good Business Expo this
Yeah,
year.
absolutely, and offer plenty of incentive. You know, you've got the paper shred. You know, I know there was somewhat pickleball demonstrations and things like that
the
last
theater
year.
kids sang.
Yep.
So we'll have stuff like that again this year.
Very good. Look forward to that when it comes around towards the end of March. Do we have a date on
March
that yet?
28th.
28th. So put that on the calendar. That'll be coming up in 2024. And I seriously can't believe we're already talking about 2024 here.
I know, and like you said, you know, we're event after event after event.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the year's gonna fly.
I was going to say, it makes the year go probably really fast for you. Okay, so then we get to May Days.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the, you said 16th through the
16th,
19th.
19th,
What do we
correct.
know about May Days right now?
We have our same carnivals last year. We have them locked in. We will be requesting more passes this year because we ran out last year. We could have probably sold another 500 passes at least. So we will have enough passes this year to sell the armbands. Basically.
Yeah, those are
And
really popular.
They are, and so we'll make sure that we've got that going. Other than that, we don't have our entertainment set up yet. We haven't really started. We haven't really started planning it, other than the carnival. We have another year with the carnival.
Right, good deal. Well, and those are things that can come together pretty quickly, I'm sure.
They
you
do.
know?
They do come together really quickly. Once
Yeah.
you figure out your entertainment, that's the hard part.
Yep. Well, and you've got enough to worry about between now and then, so totally understandable. So again, the May Days Festival will be back here in May, 16th through the 19th, and then that will take us to
The golf outing.
The golf outing. So what do we know about the golf outing at this point?
Tentative date is June 21st at the Country Club. So
Yeah.
But nothing's locked in. The board hasn't seen our calendar, so they haven't been able to approve our calendar of events yet.
Okay, sure.
So
Yeah.
it'll all be locked in by January 1st.
When it comes to the golf outing, you talked about the networking opportunity of the business expo, but the golf outing is another one of those.
It is. The teams there that participate are all very competitive, but they talk to each other, they learn about each other, and everybody has a good time.
And it's like one of those kind of a leisure networking
Oh, yes,
opportunity.
definitely.
Where you're playing golf was, I don't know, it's just kind of where like you do business, but you I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it, but you're doing business, but you're having fun at the same time. It's kind of one of those deals.
Right, and after everyone's done, everybody kind of congregates in the clubhouse, and if there's food left over, we put the food out and have a couple drinks, and everybody's chit-chatting. It's good.
I'll tell you what, from what I've heard, it's the couple hours after the golf outing, that's where the fun is had a lot of times.
I believe so. 'Cause the clubhouse was full last year.
Yeah. Not to out anybody, but that's where the fun is at. If you're
right,
you know.
And then we do our prizes and we give those away afterwards.
Sure. Very good. And then of course that will take us to. Does that take us to the haunted house?
It does. It does.
Now, but let's not talk about the haunted house next year. Let's talk about you're going to the haunted house convention. Yeah,
is the 7th through the 10th of March.
Oh, of March.
Yeah. And we will be in St. Louis. Gives us good ideas for props. Gives us good props if we need to purchase something. Gives our makeup people good ideas. So we take a group down there and then spend the weekend in St. Louis, learn all about it, and then they'll start work on the haunted house anywhere from May to June. This year was a little bit late in July, but
now when you're going through the convention, are you allowed to like there's a vendor there maybe and they're selling something, but are you allowed to take pictures or like talk to them about what they have or like how they do makeup? Like I think of makeup mostly, it's like how do you do that? What's
Yes.
what are the tips on this?
Yeah, you can. You can. The vendors are very willing to talk because they want you to buy their products. So they're going to tell you, anything that you want to know. They're going to tell you.
Yeah.
A lot of the prop vendors aren't going to tell you how they made the prop, obviously,
Well,
or
no,
what to do.
yeah.
But we don't take pictures.
Okay.
But we have not photogenic minds, but if there's something that we're really interested in, several of us will take a look at it and remember what
Take
what
a
it
mental
did.
picture, maybe write something down.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Very good. Janice, I have 1 minute here with you. What did I miss about 24 that's coming up? Anything?
I don't think anything really.
Yeah.
Just,
And I know you mentioned looking forward to maybe some new things next year, so keep an eye out for those.
I'll keep you posted as soon as I can.
Very good.
So,
Look forward to it. Where do folks go for all that information as things come out or just as details about these annual events come together? Where do they find those?
ClintonILChamber.com. It's on our events page, on our Facebook page, and just give us a call at 217-935-3364.
Very good. Well, Janice, it was good to have you in this morning. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We'll see you on the other side of it.
Sounds good.
Very good, Janice. Thank you so much for your time. As always, Janice Peterson is the Executive Director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce, our guest in studio here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. And, of course, we stream live online all the time at DeWittDailyNews.com.